Over here, I'm gonna create a stateless widget called TextForm, and I'm gonna create the actual parameters now which the TextForm needs. There will be a few of them, so let's start by typing the text which will accept the text, container width that will accept the width of the container covering the TextForm field. We also need to add the hint text, controller, and digits only to make sure that only digits are allowed to be put in the TextForm field. The last parameter, that is the validator, will be used to check if the TextForm field is empty or not. Let's go ahead and add the formal parameters now. I'm gonna fast forward now. Accept the digits only, make everything required. Once you're done, replace the container with a column and set the cross-axis alignment to cross-axis alignment.start. In the children property, I'm gonna call open sans and keep the text as it is because we want the text variable here, and then set the size as 13.0. To add some white space, let's give it a sized box with a height of 5.0. Next, I'm gonna call sized box again and give it a width of container width. In the child property, let me call a TextForm field. In the validator property, I'm gonna pass the validator and then tap into the input formatters. If digits only does not equal null, then as we want only numbers to be put in the field, let's write filtering text input formatter dot digits only. If it's false, then we need to return an empty list, which means there will be no restrictions. That is, we will be able to insert all characters. In the controller property, we have to pass the controller variable, and in the decoration property, we're gonna call input decoration. Within the error border property, let's write outline input border and then set the border side to border side with a color of colors.red, since it's an error that is gonna show up when a person keeps the fields empty. The next thing we want to do is set the border radius property to border radius dot all with radius dot circular. and a value of 10.0. I'm gonna tap into the focused error border now, and it's gonna be almost the same as the error border. So we have to call the outline input border once again, set the color of border side to red, and then set the border radius to border radius dot all, radius dot circular with a value of 15.0. In the enabled border, call outline input border. Give the border side a color of colors dot teal, and the border radius will be border radius dot all, radius dot circular with a value of 10.0. In the focused border property, call outline input border.